Hello everyone, I'm back with another Reddit Addicts episode. If you find my videos entertaining, please kindly subscribe and like them. Thanks to everyone for your suggestions and kind notes. Now, let's get started with today's exciting stories.
I, 20F, walked in on my boyfriend, 22M, cheating on me with his longtime friend. My boyfriend, who I'll call K, and I had been dating for 4 years. After high school, he asked me to move in with him in a different state. I agreed so that we could be together while we attended college. Over the years we made amazing friends here, and he was just as kind to me as when we first started dating. Cute awkward text messages, surprise gifts and flowers at least once every 2 weeks. We had a date night every Thursday after work as well. He also told me he loved at least once a day. Well, last week I got out of work early. I was in a good mood because Kay had sent flowers to my workplace and ordered me Chinese for lunch, because I had mentioned that I had a taste for it the night before. On my way home from work I picked up some of his favorite donuts and went home. When I walked in the door, I could immediately hear the moaning. I walked to our bedroom to see that our friend Ellie was on top of him. My heart dropped. They'd known each other for 10 years, but they were never close, or so I thought. They didn't notice me until I'd dropped the donuts. They quickly covered themselves up and Kay got up to try and explain the situation to me, but I wasn't hearing any of it. I packed a bag and left to my friend's house. I spent a week at my friend's house wondering if I wasn't satisfying him enough and what I did wrong. Both Kay and Ellie bombarded me with messages trying to explain themselves. Kay told me that it just happened. He said this really was the first time and it wasn't planned at all. That I should know this isn't the real him. He explained that she came over and that one thing just led to another and it was a mistake he'd do anything to fix. He sent me pictures of an engagement ring as well. Ellie messaged me as well, saying how she never meant to hurt me and that it wasn't supposed to be this way. I decided to call my friend Ian and explained the situation to him. I asked him if he'd be willing to come with me and help me to grab my things while Kay was at work in the morning. I explained the situation to my friends and family and they all agree that leaving is the best option. I will be taking all of my things and flying back home. My parents have sent me the money for a ticket and I'll be moving back in with them for the time being. I don't plan on telling Kay anything. He will just come home to a partially empty apartment. Comment 1. I'm a guy, 2 relationships, 3 to 4 years each, 2 end with lots of cheating on me and lying, then I second chance them and obviously it didn't matter and kept going. Like, why don't you leave me first? Especially the second relationship, because we agreed we'd leave each other first. She'd even said, "Oh, I'll never be that low and disgusting," about the first relationship. Becomes that. Not saying this to counter you, but reinforce the no second chances thing. My first relationship didn't try to explain it away. They literally just said I'm done, but then still slept in the same bed, etc. Then second pulled a crying move and anger at looking through her phone, so I forgave her, but I knew it was over. Of course it kept going. Now for the next story. Last week I found out that my husband is cheating. He doesn't know that I know. So basically the title. I desperately need to vent because I haven't told anyone yet and I don't plan to for a few more weeks until I have an exit plan finalized. But I'm so angry and just need to get this out. Last week I found out that my husband is cheating on me. He doesn't know that I know yet because he's been gone for the past 3 nights on a work trip. Insert the biggest eye roll that you can possibly imagine. I can't believe this is my life right now, but I can't feel anything but anger. Intense, raw anger. I never thought it would be possible to feel this level of rage. I don't think I've even begun to process what this means and what I'm making plans to do. That life as I know it is over. Honestly, I should have known. I'm so livid with myself for blindly trusting everything he told me. I think he's been getting away with it for months too. The work trips started shortly after we got back from our honeymoon. It seemed believable enough. He works in an industry where work trips are fairly common, or at least I thought, but now I know I'm just a big naive idiot. He's also been distant lately, but I just chalked it up to the honeymoon phase being over and real life starting to kick in. But he hasn't been coming home at least one day a week for the past 6 months or so. So, like I said, I should have known. Like, come on. How did I not question that? What type of person doesn't question that? I'm also so pissed off because we haven't been married for long. Less than a year. We are going to be that cliché couple who didn't even stay married for a year. Our wedding was supposed to be in 2020, but we all know how that went. So we postponed it till late last year, and I thought we were finally about to start our lives as a married couple. But little did I know that instead, he had finally started his life of screwing his colleague behind my back. But the good news is that I've already spoken with a lawyer and we've started to make a plan. I'm going to surprise him with a nice little package of divorce papers, just like he surprised me by ruining our marriage. But he doesn't know that his life is about to get turned upside down too. We bought a house together in 2021, I paid for 90% of it. And I was happy to because I saw it as an investment in our future, the house that we would raise our kids in. He even had the nerve to say he wanted to start trying for kids soon. Pure rage. I became successful in my career fairly recently, and it changed what we thought we could ever afford to have. I have receipts showing that I paid for most of the house, as well as all renovations we did since moving in. So according to my lawyer, it should be fairly easy to keep the house if I can stomach living in it after all of this. I'll just have to pay him out for his, in hindsight, tiny and pathetic, contribution. A part of me is so tempted to forget I ever saw those messages so that I don't have to mourn the life that I've been imagining for myself. Maybe I'm weak, but as angry as I am, I wish I had never found out. I wish I could just go back to living in ignorant newlywed bliss. I can't even describe how horrible it's been this past week to act like nothing is wrong. I smile to his face, then run to the bathroom and cry my eyes out. I just can't believe this is my life. But right now I'm in the process of trying to figure out how I can hand him divorce papers, some cash to buy him out of the house, and tell him that I know everything and to get out of my house. I hope it's the revenge scenario of my dreams, but realistically I'm just going to bawl my eyes out and ask him how he could hurt me this badly. If you made it this far, thanks for reading. Writing about this has been kind of cathartic, I guess? Something to take my mind off of how empty I feel while I try not to finish an entire bottle of my favorite wine for the 3rd night in a row. If anyone has been through this before, I would love some advice on how I'm supposed to get through the next few months. Comment 1. You deserve so much better. I hope you, through all the pain and rage, can see your value and don't worry about being a cliché or anything anyone will think or say because you didn't do anything wrong. Sending you love, you can get through this. Comment 3. Oh my goodness, if I were you, my first step once he is gone would be decorating the house the way I wanted without any consideration for anything he liked. Who cares if it's over the top or too girly or too modern or anything else that reflects your taste and yours alone? My neighbor did this. Kicked out her cheating husband, and the next day, even her front door was painted a beautiful pastel pink. The decor inside and out was quickly changed to be very floral and dainty. It's obvious she went all in making that house her home. I love the idea. Comment 4. If your attorney hasn't already mentioned this, make sure to get any important documents out of the house and into a safe place. And set up a separate bank account at a different bank than where your joint account is located. Get hold of your doctor's office and make sure they know not to give him any information about you, and consider getting a medical power of attorney in place, in case you're in an accident, so he won't have any say in your care.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe for more.